Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'du. All praise to the God. In this morning, we can meet through the Zoom meeting to continue our study. And the last meeting, we already discussed about some of our subset, right? So before we begin our discussion, let begin with praying together. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ilman nafi'an wa rizqan thayyiban wa amalan mutaqabbala. Allahumma inna na'udzubika min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min da'watin la yustajabu laha. Rabbana zidna ilma warzuqna fahma. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amin. So in this room there are 5 students. Are the others with you as well? Are you in the same room? Or not yet? All right. So, okay. Yes, while we are waiting the others, let's start. And as usual, during Ramadan, before we continue our discussions about competitive programming, we will read 1 or 2 ayats. And in the past meeting, we already discussed about trading, right? And we are still talking about trading. So trading with Allah will never lose. Maybe one of you can read this. Maybe start from Faisal. Can you read this for us? Yes, Faisal Sakib. Can you recite this ayat? Okay, so maybe TJ Gulam Junaid, can you read this ayat for us? Right, I see. So maybe Haram, can you read this? Sorry, your mic is on, but still not
Uh,
heard.
can
Okay.
you hear me now?
Yes, now I heard you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innallazina yatluna kitaballahi wa aqamus salata wa anfaqu mimma razaqnahum sirran wa alaniyatan yarjuna tijaratan lan tabur. Sadaqallahul azim.
There's a Paula Khairan. So from this ayat, so anyone who recite Quran, right? Recite the book of Allah and then establish prayer, but also tune it either secretly and openly. Both of them are good. So every good deeds that we do, so it means it is trading, right? An exchange, but it is never fail. This is exchange that never fail. So if we trading with human, maybe sometimes we lose, sometimes we fail, sometimes we profit, right? But when we trade with Allah, then it will never fail, right? So I think let's continue to one more ayat. So let's continue to Kalim Raza. Can you read this for us?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما رابحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khairan. So this is the opposite of the previous one. In the previous one, when we do good deeds, when we trade with Allah with the right trading, so we will never fail. But when someone trade guidance for misguidance, of course it is wrong, right? So the trade is profitless. So will always fail, always lose, and they are not rightly guided. All right. So this is the difference. When we trade correctly, we do good deeds. So it is never fail, always profit. But if we change or trade guidance for misguidance, so they sell guidance and buy misguidance. So it means it is reverse, right? We sold by guidance, right? And sell misguidance. We sold throw this and get this. All right. So of course we choose the first one, right? Choose the trading that never fail. All right. I think 2 ayat is enough for today. So let's continue about competitive programming. And yesterday there is a questions, right, from from Raza about this problem. Is it correct? Let me send you the link. All right, as usual, headquarter problem is so short and straightforward. So given an array, and then we want to find triplets satisfying these conditions. Okay, we just want to find triplets satisfying this: A less than B less than C, and B minus A equal to C minus B. Okay, anyone got the idea, or at least know what is the solution used to solve this problem? Okay, how to count them? Looks simple, right? The problem looks simple, but not the solution. All right. So how to find the number of triplets? Or can you solve this in ON square? Do you have any idea how to find the ON square solution? What do you think? This is the solution for n squared. Yes, that's it. So based on this formula, when a and b is known, we can easily get the value of c. So c is equal to 2b minus a. Is it correct? Okay, or Faisal got another formula. A plus c equal to 2b. It means we also can get b from, sorry, when a and c is fixed. Yes. All right. And si less than a million, okay. Keep whether this element is in S. Yes. So just add an array of frequency like this. And then just check whether this element is exists or not. And make sure B is greater than A, right? And if B is greater than A, of course, C will be greater than B as well. All right. Yes, we can use this solution to solve in ON square. All right. Then how to make it faster? Actually, this is a simple problem using a trick called FFT. Have you ever heard about FFT? Okay. Do you know what is the abbreviation? FFT. Okay, heard but don't know. All right. Fast Fourier transform. That's it. Okay. But fortunately, FFT is excluded from the syllabus. So if you check for IOI syllabus in this year, and of course in the previous years, fast Fourier transform is excluded, explicitly excluded. So it is already stated that FFT is not included in the syllabus. So if we don't know this, we don't lose. Okay, right? We will never lose. Okay, when we don't know about this. Okay, yes, not to it. Then yes, you may skip this solution. Sorry, skip this problem. But you can do using library, right? If you code this by your own hand, it is so complex, and you need to understand the basic. But there is a library we can use. Actually, it is at Coder library. But okay, I will try to show you how to use it. Okay, so just solve using library. Because if we want to code by our hand, it is so complex, right? Even it is using complex number. So okay, we should know about complex number. Okay, this is non-integer, right? All right. So this is so mathematics. So we solve we solve skip this, I think. The algorithm is like this and so on. And you know, why in the code first or the others, when we see some problems in code force, the modulo is this value, right? Why we use this modulo instead of 10 to the power of 9 plus 7? Okay. Yes, you may see this plot. Let me share the link. Okay, but maybe you can learn it later after finishing the IOI. All right. So why sometimes the modulo is 10 to the power of 9 plus 7, sometimes this value. What happened with this value? All right. So actually, this value is profit in FFT problem. I don't know in the other problem, but at least in FFT problem, it is so useful. If the modulo is other than this, then it is not as better as this. All right. When some people use this, okay, maybe this is the first prime number after a billion. But for FFT, the value should be special. So the modulo -1 should be can be divided by 2 to the power of x, and bigger x means better. So if the modulo is can be divided by this value, so it means n can be up to 2 to the power of x. That's why we want to find a prime number that when we reduce it by 1, then it is multiply of 2 to the power of something that is quite big. So it is okay for bigger value of n. All right, but we will not see the detail here. So actually there are the divide and conquer solution like this. So we can combine the array. Actually, the trick is to solve this. To create an array that is a combination from the other arrays. For example, given array A and B, and we want to find an array C with size equal to the addition of this, and then each of this value equal to the multiply between this and this plus this and this plus this and this, and so on. Okay, for all value. Of course, we can solve it in n square, right? We can solve it in n square easily. But how to make it faster? To make it n log n? Then it is using FFT. All right. Then actually there is a library, an encoder library, so you can use that. Even we don't study about FFT, we can use it. Okay. Have you ever used include encoder like this? Include encoder segment 3, for example. Include encoder the other algorithm. Okay. Honestly, I also never use it. I never use it. But for this case, I think it is better to use it since we cannot implement by our hand. Okay, actually Encoder has some library where we can find the information. Yes, you may learn it from here. Why this is always convolution? Okay. Yes, I think this is the headquarter library. And what is it? There are so many library. Is there any list of library? Okay, I think this is the documentation. Fenwick tree, segment tree, lazy set tree. We can use it directly. Convolution, mod int, graph, disjoint union, max flow, and so on. I think not much, but this is so useful, right? For some people. I don't know. Let's try to submit using this. I think we cannot use it. Of course, in IOI, we cannot use it. But maybe in some competition, it is allowed. So this from this, we know there are not much, but it is so crucial. Sec3, of course, we usually use this. Disjoint set union, for example, max flow instead of coding by ourselves. It is easier when we use this library. But of course, this is not flexible in every contest. Sometimes it is not allowed or cannot be compiled. But of course, in Netcoder, we can use it. So we can solve it using that. So for convolution like this, okay, yes, does not work on Codeforce, unfortunately. Also, I never use it. So I think this is the first time I use it. Okay, so for convolution, the parameter is two factor. Just input two factors. It's okay if the size is different. And then the result is a factor as well with size like this. All right. Okay. So do you know from this library how to solve this problem? Do you have any idea to solve this problem after knowing this library? So we may use this, but I think in code interview, I don't know whether this is allowed or not. Let's compile them. Okay, no such file. So we cannot use it in code interview. Only at quarter. Okay, let me send you the link. So if we include convolution like that, so we got a function of convolution with two parameters, both of them are vector, can be integer or long, and it is better to use long, right? Convolution AB. The parameter are two vectors and the result is also vector. Okay. All right. And the default modulo is this. But if we need the other modulo, just just insert the value here. If we don't specify in the modulo, so the default is this value. All right. See it understood? Becomes so easy, right? Becomes so simple after knowing this library. Okay, yes. Usually we can set it in our device. Just learn the technique and you can install it in your computer. All right, so yes, Raza already got the idea. Let's make A is the CNT of S. B is the CNT of S as well. So when we do convolution, it means C is equal to the number of pair. Ci is the number of pairs such that the sum is equal to I, right? After that, what should we do with the array C? How to get the final answer? Okay, yes, so if you want to solve this, we can create a vector, right? What is the constraint? All right, 10 to the power of 6. We can input n here. Wait, input n and then iterate from 1 until n, or just while n minus minus. Yes. Okay. Or can you implement it? Just continue the implementation. Yes. Just iterate on p and add c p times 2. Yes, and let's see. Is it enough or not? So it means you want to check for all value of p, right? And find the number of pair that the sum is 2p. So is there any double counting there? So there is a constraint, another constraint, a shall be less than b less than c. So what shall we do? Is it enough to do just c times p, sorry, c p times 2? This is enough or not? Are the value different? Okay, all elements of S are distinct. Then what shall we do? Yes, P plus P, we have to remove it. Plus C times 2P minus 1. Unfortunately, we cannot check the, we cannot run this in the code interview, right? Yes, minus 1 is in the case of P plus P. But how about when A is equal to 4, C is equal to 2? Is it allowed? This is not declared. Okay, C, I think. Wait. S is not declared. Yes. We should declare N and S as well. Can reorder in increasing order. We have to divide by 2. Yes. Just divide by 2 because they are counted twice, right? 2, 4, and 4, 2. They are symmetric. All right. Yes. We already compute this. And also integer N. Find the number of times. Yes, no need to modulo, right? So just divide by 2 here. So yes, I think it is correct. Okay, yes, maybe one of you can try to submit. Okay, yes, transfer will got accepted. Okay, alhamdulillah, yes, congratulations. Now you solve FFT problem for the first time. All right. I think I ever see this contest from A until E, but I haven't seen the T1. All right. Okay. So is it clear? Is there any question about FFT or about anything? So you can check this syllabus as well. At least you ever read at least once. So there are some material that is unlimitedly included, and sometimes it is included but should be defined in the task description. So if the terminologies appear in the description, so it is should be defined. Okay. And sometimes there is a material included, but just in solution. in the task description not stated that the terminology. All right. And sometimes outside of focus, not about specific cognitive programming, and sometimes excluded, but okay, still open to discuss. So sometimes it is accepted for the IOI problem. So then the syllabus will be changed into included, for example. For example, I think in 20 and 22, I think in first module become included and previously excluded. And sometimes it is explicitly excluded. So of course it is not clear in IOI problem, such as FFT. And also MaxFlow. Let's check, is MaxFlow excluded or not? Okay, I think now is included, but not for task description. When I do IOI, I think it is still excluded, or at least in the previous years. Okay then. Clustering algorithm is not included, of course, because this is machine learning algorithm, not cognitive programming. Heuristic is not that. There's some randomized problem, and so on. Okay. Yes, I think it is enough. So let's back to topics. I think we have discussed until J, right? About multidimensional perfect sum. And actually, Russell also got accepted in that problem. So let's continue to the next problem, problem K. There is an easy version and also the hard version. So the problem is, given an array with length of n, given n integers, and then we are allowed to do k operations, at most k operations. The operation is just increase by 1, cannot decrease, only increase. For example, just like this, if the array is like this and we are allowed to increase by 2, for example, we increase this by 1 and then increase this by 1. Okay, the array become bigger. And then what is the goal? The goal is to maximize the bitwise n for all value. For example, in the first case, if we increase this and this, 2, 3, 7, 6, the bitwise n is equal to 2. Is it correct? Okay. All right. How about the second one? If we increase this by 5 and then increase this by 3, we already increase by 8, right? And then increase this by 1. So the n operation is equal to 6. Okay. And this is the maximum one. If you want to make it 7, it is not enough. Yes. All right. So the result is only 6. Okay. What else? How about this? What if the number of operation is at most 1? Okay. We cannot make it more than 0, right? Because if we increase other than 0, okay, still there is 0. So the n operation is equal to 0. But if we want to add this, so still the n operation is still 0. So okay, just left it 0. How about 3? Okay, just add them by 1, 1, 1. So the n operation is 1. All right. Is it understood? So the constraint is like this. So wait, yes, there are some queries. There are few queries. Each query given k, the number of operations, and the queries are independent. So one query will not affecting the other query. So do you have any idea to solve this? Yes, just greedily start from the most significant bit, right? That's it. So just check from the biggest bit. Can we make it on? How to make that on? So at first, if the value is initially on, all right, so just continue. But if this is initially 0, okay. So we want to make this value become this. Okay. Our goal is to make this become 1. So just keep increasing this. So this is become 1. Of course, because we want to minimize the number of operations as well. The first time we got 1 here, the other is 0. Okay. Yes, just like that. If the number of operation is enough, so just add them. But if it is not enough, so okay, just make it 0 and no need to change anything. Just continue to the lower bits. All right. So what is the complexity for that solution? Do you know what is the complexity? Yes, ONQ blocks. Because for each query, so there are key query. For each query, we want to iterate bit by bit. So there are log bit, maybe until 60 bits since k is up to 10 to the power of 8 pin. Log k, right? And then for each bits, we want to check for its values, right? So multiply by n. So this is the complexity. But okay, when n times q is less than or equal to 10 to the power of 5. But this is just the C version. How about the hard version? The difference is only on the constant of n q. How do you think? Now, what shall we do if the constant is like this? which algorithm we use? Is this FFT? Or not? Right. So do you have any idea? If it was 0 and we make it, then yes. Okay. There are some observations for this problem. Yes, there is a fact when the bit is initially 0 and want to make it 1. For example, the value initially like this. So how many number of operations needed? The number of operations needed is this minus this. For example, this is bit B. So it means we need 2 to the power of B minus what? For example, this is A. A modulo 2 to the power of B. Is it correct? Okay, yes. Good idea. And as usual, we can replace modulo with n operations. And replace exponential becomes shift left operations. All right. That's a good fact. So, so there is an idea like this. If there is an integer like this, and we want to make the answer is equal, the answer should be equal to this, for example. It means the number of operations needed is, wait, maybe let's make it like this. The number of operations needed is this minus this. Is it correct? Because if the n operation is equal to this, it means A should be a superset of this. You got it? A should be a superset of the n result. Okay. So when this is already a superset, okay, just continue. This is superset, continue. This is superset, continue. And when we got the first bit, that is not a superset. It means off in A, but on in the result. So it means we want to add the number of query, the number of required query, become the answer modulo 2 to the power of B minus A modulo 2 to the power of B. Right. Yes. 2 to the power of B minus. Okay. Yes, you can use that formula, or you can easily easily change this. Is it correct? Is this same with Saram's formula? Saram's formula is like this. So since in the answer the pit is on, so it means this one is equal to this plus this. Is it correct? And then since the pit in A is on, sorry, is off, so this is equal to this. So these two formula are same. All right. Do you agree with that? Okay. Then can we find an array like this? For example, array need. It means what is the minimum query? Sorry, minimum operations. So that we can make the answer is equal to X. Okay. We want to create an array like this. If we can find this, so we can solve this easily. Okay. So now let's divide the solution become like this. The first thing is how to calculate array need. Okay. The size is just 2 to the power of 20. I think it is enough. Okay. How to calculate this? After that, how to solve the problem? How to solve after knowing need. All right. If we can answer these two questions, it means we can solve this. Okay. All right. So which one you want to discuss first? The first question or the second one? Okay, the second one, I agree with you. I think it is better to discuss the second one because we need the visualization, how it works. Why we need this array. All right. So if we know what is the operation needed when we want the answer is X or the n operation is X. So what is the number of minimum operations? Then how do you think this array is sorted or not? Is this array sorted? Always sorted or not necessary? Can you prove that it is always sorted, or can you prove that sometimes it is not sorted? How do you think? It is easy to prove that it is not sorted. Just give one counterexample. Okay, for example, when the array is 8, what is the minimum operation such that the end operation is 9, for example? Just need one operations, right? Yes, just one operations. So need 1 is equal to 1. How about 7? Okay, 7, right? Bigger. So it means, wait, it is possible, not impossible. What if we increase this into, okay, I mean the number, sorry, superset of 7. Okay, not should be exactly 7, but superset. Okay, so yes, if we want to make superset of 7, we need this. Or maybe the value is 7 and 8. So when we want to make it 9, we only need 3, right? Just increase this by 1, increase this by 2. But what if we want to make it 7? Then we need 7, right? So it is not sorted. Yes. We'll tell the answer for case when answer is less than equal to. Yes. That's an important observation. So, okay. At first, since this is not sorted, how to how to handle that? So if it is not sorted, we cannot do binary search, right? Well, can we find the prefix max or prefix min? Which one we use? We want to find prefix max or prefix means or suffix max or suffix means. Which one we need? Suffix means, that's it. So if there is a value greater than that and the value is more minimized, so just use that. So it is just like suffix minimum. So after we doing suffix minimum, now need is sorted. So we can do binary search. How to do binary search? Just find the maximum index that the value is less than or equal to k. So that's the answer. All right. But we only count until 2 to the power of 20. So what if the answer is greater than that? For example, in the worst case, what is the maximum answer? Do you know what is the maximum answer in the worst case? Yes, plus a million. 10 to the power of 18 plus 10 to the power of 6. Then how to do that? We will use Kallimraj's observation. So, okay, we just need to compute need until index the maximum A. Maximum A. If the answer is less than or equal to maximum A, okay, we can use need. But what if answer is greater than or equal to maximum A? It means all A is less than answer, right? What does it mean? Sorry. What does it mean if answer is greater than maximum? Yes, that's it. Of course, for every number, we need to increase until it is equal to the answer, right? So the number of operations needed is answer minus AI. We will find the sum of all these. And it is equal to answer times n minus the total A. All right. Let's clear this. That's why we only need to count to find array niche until a million, right? And how to find the answer? If we know the number of operation is equal to this. Number of operation needed equal to this. So what is the maximum answer we can get? Can you predict the formula? Okay. Yes. K plus sum minus n. Why? Because this is solved t less than or equal to k, right? And just make this to the right, k plus sum, and make this to the right, divided by n, less than or equal to this, so maximum n is equal to floor of k plus sum divided by n. So it is easy, just divide it. Okay, it means we can get the solution, right? So if k is greater than or equal to maximum A times n minus sum, okay, just use this formula. But if k is less than this, all right, it means the answer is less than maximum A. Just binary search on array init. All right, now is it clear? The second question is already answered. You got it? Now, we just need to discuss the first question. How about the first question? The first question is how to find the value of need x. Okay, now this is, we will use SOS. We'll use SOS trick. How to do that? At first, for a value, so if we got a value, wait, Yes, if there is a value like this, for example, then it means for all need that started with 1, it is always added by this. So need x should be added by x minus a. Is it correct? Do you know why? Because this is bigger, right? X is bigger than a. It means a should be increased until x. So the number of operations needed is this. How do you think? Yes, that's correct. Okay, then let's continue. What if this is 0? Okay. If this is 0, okay, let's continue. If this is 1 or this is 0, I think it is the same. Either this is 1, this is 0. We don't care about that. And then what's next? Either this is 1 or 0, just same. All case just same. But what if this is 1? If this is 1, you know, for all need x added by x and sorry, modulo something minus a modulo that. Is it correct? If b is here. All right. Actually, this is also same modulo by 2 to the power of b, but 2 to the power of b is so big. So it is just useless, right? The modulo is useless. Okay. Then what else? We already count the case where this is 1. So we still don't count when this is 0, right? So we are dividing into some cases. So this is up to you. Both cases are included. Both cases are included. How about this? All match that this is 0, up to you, 0, up to you, 0. Sorry, up to you, 1. The other is up to you, right? This is also any mask that satisfying this will be increased by x modulo 2 to the power of p minus a modulo 2 to the power of p. Is it correct? Okay. So we got a pattern here. For every 0 bits like this. So for the mask that this is 1 and all of them is up to you. And for this one, this is a subset of this. We will increase to this. Is it correct? Okay. Then how to do that? At first, we know that this pattern is equal to all subset of this. Sorry. So for example, there is a pattern like this. Okay, if there is a pattern like this, then it is equal to the subset of this. For example, like this. Excluded by the subset of this. Wait, this is sol P1. This is sol P0. All the subset of this, but not the subset of this. Is it correct? Do you agree with that? Subset of this, but not the subset of this. It is equal to this pattern. So this is for P0. This is up to you, since this is subset of n. This is up to you. But for this one, so P1 because cannot be subset of 0. Alright, for this one, it is up to you. Okay. Yes. Then, this value is constant. We can get a constant value from this easily in O1 complexity. So, just increase here. Wait, I think we want to decrease it, right? Just decrease here. And then increase here. And which one we want to do after this? Want to find sum of our subset or superset? Which one? Subset? Wait. We want to add all subset of this. Add all subset of X, for example. I mean add or not sum. So when we add in index 6, it means we want to add in index 0. We want to add in index 2, in index 4. So superset, yes. Superset. So this just like a prefix sum, right? When we want to increase here, it means just add here and then do suffix sum, not prefix sum. So it is just same. If you want to add for a subset, means we want to do sum over superset, not subset. All right, so now it is clear, right? But then how about this? This one is harder. Do you have any idea to solve this? To add this value? We already reduced with this value by adding this, doing inclusion and exclusion, and then add all subset. Sorry, to sum over superset. Okay. All right. So how to do this? Of course, different X will be different value, right? So just create another matrix, for example. Okay, matrix contributions, or okay, let's say this is a matrix S. This is the mask, and this is the bit P. So after we are doing sum over superset, then X should be added by this SXP times X modulo 2 to the power of P. Is it understood? So S means the number of these operations applied to this mask. If this is applied 5 times, so it means you want to add this 5 times. Okay. Yes. Then when we want to do this, just make as mask p plus plus, and for this as mask p minus minus, just do inclusion and exclusion again, and then just do sum over superset in S as well. So we can get the value of this and then just add this. Okay, now we got the value of need. Is it correct? Then we got the full solution, isn't it? We already answered the first questions. So both question already answered, so we can solve this. Is there any questions? Okay, Faisal already solved the easy version. Yes, we can critically from the biggest bit and then check one by one until got the value. All right. What about L? Let me show you the summary by showing the full implementations. Okay, I think not too long, quite short. At first, we want to add inclusion exclusion. Okay, yes, just like the previous one, right? We want to input A and find the sum. Why we need to find the sum? Because in the last, we want to check whether this is greater than this or not. If greater than this, just use this formula. If not, then just do binary search. All right. So after we got the value of OP, okay, we got that. And you know, the operation needed to find max A is equal to this. After that, don't forget to do suffix minimum, right? This one is for suffix minimum. And this one is to add this. Okay, Sij that I have told you before. This is actually I modulo 2 to the power of j, right? 2 to the power of j plus 1. But I write it using this way. All right, and before that, we need to do sum over superset as well as the multiply. All multiply should be the sum over superset of it. And then this is the inclusion exclusion. We got this modulo this, right? And mul minus minus and then mul plus plus. This is only applied when the bit is off. If the bit is on, just continue. And also for this, added by this modulo like this and exclude them. Exclude, this is the inclusion, this is exclusion. All right, so the first step is inclusion and exclusion. The next one is sum over superset, and then just find the prefix minimum. Sorry, suffix minimum. And finally, we can easily binary search them. All right. The time limit is 7 seconds. Don't worry. All right. Is there any question about these two problems? The easy version and the second one? Okay, so let's continue to the next one. For problem M, I think Raza already solved this. So let me describe the problem. So given n persons and m currencies, and we know for each persons, does he like that currency? So which currency he likes? Okay. And the number of currency, the maximum number of currency a person likes is at most p. So there is no one that like more than 3 currencies. So like this is never happened. At most 3, cannot more than 3. Even here there is no 3 currencies at 1%, right? Okay. Then what is the questions? We want to output a set of currency like this, and we want to maximize the pop count, the number of currency, such that the number of superset of this, the number of superset should be greater than or equal to half of them. Should be at least half of them. Just like this, the number of superset of this is 2. So it is valid. And also for this is the superset of that. This superset, this is not, because he doesn't like this currency, right? And this is also. So the number of person are 3, and it is more than half. Is it understood? After that, what is the solution? Can Raza explain the solution? Because you the only one that got affected.
Uh, for this problem, since we know that each currency that we are gonna choose should be in at least half of the people's. So I randomly choose like 20 or 30 people's. Like the probability that at least one of them will be among the ones that will be in the final gathering. So the probability for me to fail is 1 minus 1 over 2 power 30.
Yes, that's it.
So with this probability, I will like find and one answer. So now for each one of them, I just want to check like how many people are there that have a common. I want to find the maximum set of currencies, so in that all at half of these people satisfy. Also, the person which I have chosen should have them. So we only consider those 15 those P currencies that this person that we have chosen randomly have in likes, and we want to choose for each rest of them. But what is the maximum set I can choose? So we need to find actually the count for each subset of the currencies he likes. So and we just want to find the one which have the maximum pop count of it.
Yes, that's it.
Also, like in this problem, like it can be solved in like using sum of subset and also the 3 power n method.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, thank you very much, Jazakallah khairan. So, one of the interesting thing in this problem is there is a constraint like this. The maximum number of currency for each person is at most 15 only. Even the number of currency is up to 60, but for each person, it can up to 15 only. All right. So we can we can use that constraint. At first, we know that the answer is the answer is a subset of n divided by 2 persons at least. Okay, at least a half. So it means when we pick random person, the probability to get that half person is half. All right. So just pick random one person and then just assume the answer is a subset of this. All right. If a subset of this, it means we only care about at most 15 bits and we don't care about the other bits. Okay. So we just care about 2 to the power of 15 subsets, right? Just ignore the other bits and then just check for all subset of this. We will do sum over subset or something like that to get the number of person that superset of that answer. So just check for all 2 to the power of 15 possible answer. And is the number of person is more than half? If more than half, okay, just store the answer and we want to find the maximum answer or an answer with the maximum block count. All right. But we will got accepted when this is the right person, right? And the probability is at least half, maybe more than half, but at least half. In the worst case, it's just half. So the other probability, we got wrong answer, right? This is accepted, this is wrong answer. So this is still so big chance to get wrong answer since the number of test cases is so many. So what if we change we will pick another random person. So the probability we got at least one right person is this. Okay. Because the probability to get all of them are incorrect person is 1 divided by 2 square, right? What if we take 100 persons? So the probability to get wrong answer is like this. It is so small, of course. So at least one of them should be correct persons, right? So if we take a correct persons, we can get the correct result as well. So even it is probabilistic, but the probability is almost near 1. This is only 1 minus half to the power of 100, for example. Of course, it's so small. 2 to the power of 100 is so big. So 1 over this is so small. All right. So is it understood? All right. Yes. Just try to solve this. Just like Raja. All right. Yes, congratulations. And what else? Let's move to the next one. Okay, I think it is easy. We can discuss it fast. So given an array, and for its value, we want to answer 3 questions. So the output will be 3 times n numbers. The first question is how many y between among these values. So from all these values, how many value that satisfying this? This is the first one. And the second one, how many value that satisfying this? And the third question is how many value that satisfying this? Okay. Okay, can you tell me the solution for each questions? Yes, that's it. The first one is equal to the number of subset of X. So it is just like sum over subset, right? And this one is superset. Just do sum over superset. So we will do both of them. How about this? This means X and Y is intersecting, right? So what does it mean? It means when this is intersecting, so we just count the complement. The complement is when X and Y equal to 0, right? X and Y is equal to 0, it means they are separated. It means Y should be a subset of the complement of X, right? Yes, that's why we want to find the number of subset of inverse X. So complement of X. The number of subset of complement of X. But this is the complement. We want to find the other values. So just make it n minus this. All right. Is it understood? All right. Yes, it is easy. So just keep going. Wait, if I not fault, this is the last meeting before vacation. Is it correct? Okay. So, all right. So happy vacation and happy Eid day. And I think we will meet again on site, hopefully. I hope we can meet face to face to your school sometimes. All right. I will coming in the end of April, inshallah. So maybe after Ramadan finished and then the vacation also finish. And then I think you will make a selections, right? Want to choose 4% of you. After that, in the end of April, yes, I think April, and around a month, so until end of May, hopefully. We hope for easiness from Allah. Okay, and all right. So let's continue to discuss one more problem, I think. Oh, you will have exam. All of you, or some grades only? All of us. Okay, yes, you may confirm. How long you do the exams? In April or May? Is it 1 week or 2 weeks? Okay, maybe you may confirm and then just inform me. 1 month? 5 weeks. Interesting. What kind of exams? O levels. Okay, yes, you may inform to your teacher as soon as possible. So they can confirm. All right. Yes, thank you very much for the information. Is there any other informations? All right. I think 10 minutes left. I hope we can discuss one or two next problems. So let's continue to problem O. There are so many statements, right? There is Hindi as well. Or the other language. All right. Never mind. So given an array, we want to reorder them, become a permutation of this. And our score is based on this. The sum of prefix x, prefix n. So we want to create a prefix n. After that, sum of all of them. Sum of prefix n. That's our score. And of course, we want to maximize the score. So we want to get the optimum permutations. All right. Okay. Just like this. If we do prefix n here, so the value becomes 0, 0, 0, right? But if we permutate them, the array become 2, 0, 1, then the prefix n become 2, 0, 0. So the sum is 2. All right. How about this? We can change into this 3, 1, sorry, 3, 2, 1, 1, I think. So the prefix n become 3, 2, 0, 0. The sum is 5. So we got the value of 5. Maybe there is another way to permutate this. The answer is also 5. Then do you know how to maximize this? How to maximize the score? So at first, there is an observation. There is an observation like this. If we do prefix n, it means the right one is a subset of the left one. Is it correct? The subset must be, yes, must be a subset of the left one. What does it mean? How many number of different value in the prefix n? Do you know what is the worst case? The maximum number of different values? Only log, yes, that's it. Why? Because in the worst case, all of it are on, and one bit of them become off here, and 2 bit become off there, 3 bits become off there, and so on until all bits are off. So they off one by one. What does it mean? If we want to check the order of the prefix here, different values in the prefix n, it means we are just like permutating the bits. Is it correct? So which bit will be turned off first? For example, this is the bit that is turned off first. So the next value is this. And for example, this is the second bit that turned off after the first. And then this is the third bit, and so on. It is just like permutating the bits, right? All right. So we just need to brute force for its permutations instead of we just need to brute force permutation of bits instead of permutation of values. So since the bits is only 20, so there are just 20 factorial. All right, is it correct? Okay. For each bits, what shall we do? Sorry, for each permutation, what shall we do? So after we know the permutations, for example, we already know that the first one is 7, and then the second one is 5, for example. And then the next one is 4, the last one is 0. So, so how to maximize the score? Of course, if this is already fixed, in order to maximize the score, just place all of the 7 in the first array, right? And then just place 5 in the next part. And then what is the next part? The next part is everything that superset of 4. Actually, there is 4 and also 6. 4 and 6 come here. And what is the last? All of the superset of 0. Of course, 0, 1, 2, 3. All of them going there. And then our final score is computed as follows. 7 times the number of superset of 7 plus 5 times the superset of 5 but not superset of 7. So we can exclude this. Okay. And also for this, 4 times the superset of 4 but excluded by the superset of 5. Alright, we can count using this trick. So is it understood? Understood? How do you think? Okay. Then if we can do that, okay, we can brute force them. But actually 20 factorial is so big, so we can use dynamic programming with bitmask instead. So the complexity become 2 to the power of 20. Alright. So I think time is up. Thank you very much for the discussion. And okay, I already solved this as well. Not too long. I think the sum over subset problem is the solution is quite short. Alright. So thank you very much for the discussion. And okay, not to force them. So yes, this is still big. That's why we need to optimize with dynamic programming with bitmask. So it is just like want to check the optimal permutations, right? Then just use the bitmask to make it faster. Okay. Yes, but the idea came from this. Okay, I think that's all for today. Let's close our meeting with praying Kafaratul Majlis. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wassallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammadin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.